Istanbul is a metropolis that wears its cultures and history properly, mixing them into an interesting metropolis that has an awful lot to provide vacationers from around the world. Based at some point of Neolithic times, Istanbul nowadays is a present-day city that remains authentic to its historical past via its mosques, basilicas and historical bazaars. Status between the East and the West, Turkey's biggest metropolis offers an aura of intrigue and allure in order to enchantment to all visitors. Here's a study of the pinnacle tourist sites in Istanbul. Before going to the video, due to the effort made, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all new. Number 1. Hagia Sophia. The Hagia Sophia changed into as soon as a residence of worship that served several religions well over the centuries. It started out as a Greek Jap Orthodox basilica that became home to the Patriarch of Constantinople when it changed into, constructed in 537. For nearly a long time within the 12th century, it turned into a Roman Catholic church. It became a mosque in 1453, ultimate that way until 1935, whilst it reopened as a museum. At one time, it became the most important cathedral in the world and served as the foundation for other mosques, such as the Blue Mosque. It is maximum well known for its mosaics depicting various religious scenes. Number 2. Blue Mosque. The Blue Mosque, constructed within the early 17th century, remains a lively residence of worship nowadays. This means visitors want to time their visits cautiously, because the mosque is closed to sightseers at some point of the 5 each day prayer instances for Muslims. All site visitors should do away with their shoes, and ladies must cover their hair. That is a small fee to pay for seeing its priceless treasures that consist of 20,000 ceramic tiles in numerous tulip designs and 200 stained glass hung windows, all with problematic designs. The mosque, built by using Sultan Ahmet, takes its name from the blue tiles on the dome and the top degrees of the indoors. Number 3. Topkapi Palace. Topkapi Palace is one of the need-to-see points of interest in Istanbul that combines records and lovely scenery, and revel in that isn't to be rushed. The palace, which dates lower back to the 15th century, is situated on a hill overlooking the ocean of Marmara, the Bosphorus and the Golden Horn. At one time it changed into a legit royal house of the Ottoman Empire, sultans and seat of Turkish government, however, is now a museum. Visitors can get a glimpse of the harem's quarters, where the government labored, the palace kitchens with a massive porcelain collection, and the treasury with its series of jewels and clocks. Number 4. Grand Bazaar. Vacationers who love to store shouldn't miss out on a visit to the Grand Bazaar, with 5,000 stores making it one in all the biggest indoor marketplaces inside the international. Receiving greater than 250,000 visitors a day, the bazaar features such items as jewelry, carpets which could or might not fly, spices, antiques and painted by hand ceramics. The bazaar dates return to 1461 and nowadays is domestic to 2 mosques, for fountains, 2 hammams, and the jewelry market, in which the rarest and most precious gadgets had been discovered traditionally. Number 5. Süleymaniye Mosque. Visitors to the Süleymaniye Mosque say its splendor and peacefulness offers them an inspiring feel of spirituality. Positioned on the 0.33 hill of Istanbul, the mosque was constructed in 1550 by the Sultan Suleiman the Marvelous. The mosque, certainly, is wonderful, mixing the excellent of Islamic and Byzantine structure. The mosque was considerably damaged over the years, such as in the course of international war, whilst a fireplace broke out whilst the gardens were used as a weapons depot. Number 6. Dolmabahce Palace. High-priced, plush and beautiful are simply some of the adjectives used to explain the Dolmabahce Palace, which has been as compared to the Palace of Versailles. Constructed inside the 19th century, the use of 14 heaps of gold leaf, Turkey's most glamorous palace, blends traditional Ottoman architecture with the EU styles of neoclassical, Baroque, and Rococo. Domestic to 6 sultans from 1856 to 1924, the palace's placing is beautiful. It became constructed along the Bosphorus coastline. Number 7. Basilica Cistern. The Basilica Cistern has been imparting Istanbul citizens with water for the reason that 6th century. Whilst it turned into ordered constructed by using the Roman Emperor Justinian I. A visit leaves vacationers raving approximately the era the ancient Romans used to build. This architectural marvel that became very advanced for its day. Known as the Sunken Palace, the cistern is one of the locations utilized in From Russia with Love, a James Bond film filmed in 1963. Number 8. Kora Church. The Kora Church can be a bit off the overwhelmed traveler path, but site visitors say the stunning Byzantine artwork is really worth the attempt to get there. Astounding mosaics and frescoes depict the life of Jesus and his mom Mary. Relationship back to the times of Constantine, the Kora changed into a monastery in its early years. Some centuries later, it had become a mosque, and in 1948, it turned into transformed to a museum. Number 9. Istanbul Archaeological Museum. One of the maximum vital museums in Turkey, the Istanbul Archaeological Museum is housed in 3 separate buildings which include greater than 1 million items from civilizations around the sector. Based in 1891, it became the primary Turkish museum and is placed on what used to be the grounds of the outer parks of Topkapi Palace. The museums contain hundreds of treasured artifacts, such as the sarcophagus of Alexander the Remarkable. Number 10. Galata Tower. At 219 feet excessive, the Galata Tower policies over the Istanbul skyline, presenting extraordinary views of the antique metropolis and its surroundings. The medieval stone tower, known as the Tower of Christ, became the tallest constructing in Istanbul when it changed into built in 1348. The tower has been modified over the centuries, at one time being used as a remarked tower to identify fires. These days, its top reaches include a restaurant and a nightclub, both reached by using elevator. In the 9-story building, where you can still locate the stunning vistas. And this was the most beautiful city ever, and we will talk about everything in it. Do not forget to like the video, subscribe and activate the bell to receive all new